Greetings, fellow cooks and food lovers. Marcelino Buerni from Dr. Flavor. Today we're having something special. Can you tell? Okay. I am making a deboned stuffed turkey. And it's going to be right here, right now on Dr. Flavor. So yesterday I took this nice turkey that I thawed and previously frozen, and what I did is I rubbed it with coarse salt completely, and I put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. This basically created a dry brine, and I want you to look at this. Okay, see this right here? That's all the water that actually came out from the skin, okay? Mainly after dry rubbing it. So we're gonna start with this, and we're going to debone it. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna debone it, and it's gonna be fantastic. You're gonna love it. Okay, so I'm gonna take some paper, and I'm just going to try to catch some of the fluids that's going to come out of the bird as I put it on the pan. That's a lot of water from the skin mainly. Okay? So see all that water. So what I'm going to do now is going to turn the bird the other way. And if you're cutting anything, you have to be careful. I'm drinking a little bit of Tripel, a Belgium-style ale, made in Colorado. This is my son-in-law's favorite. It's a good beer. All right, so let's start cutting along the back. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut and hug the carcass. So over here is the articulation of the pelvis. You're going to cut around it, cut the ligaments to free up that joint. Cut around the leg. All right. So you see this? We took out the hind leg. So we're going to cut in here, cut around. This articulating this hip is not the easiest thing because you have to retract, pull away until you can actually cut and liberate the ligaments. There we go. All right. So we're gonna, remember, just put the knife flat against the carcass. Over here, you're gonna cut around the wishbone on the outside. All right. Pulling up the wing, you can see the articulation right there. So all right, so we got that. Now we're going to do the other wing. Once again, cut in here, cut all around the wing. You can see where the articulation is right there. So you got to turn the wing around and you can hear it pop. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you see right here, we're just cutting away. All the bone. So we're getting into the breast now. So when you get to the chest plate, which is looks like a keel, that's when you have to dissect against that plate, the chest plate. So you see that? You just gotta cut away the meat from this area. All right. So here we have the cutaway carcass. So we have special plans for this. What we're going to make is we're going to make the broth and the gravy with that. So we're going to transport it into the pot. Okay, so as you can see, put the carcass in here with water. We're going to put it to boil. All right. I'm just going to pour a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to put some garlic, salt, not too much. We're going to put thyme. Because what we're making right now is the broth, and that is going to be incorporated in the gravy. Okay, so we're going to start making the sofrito. I put about a quarter cup of olive oil in there. And sofrito, in our case right now, is going to be more of a mirepoix. So let's work on that. I'll explain to you why the mirepoix. Because it's going to be carrots, celery, peppers, and onions. And to give you an idea why we're making this is because we're going to make stuffing for the bird. So we're going to cook this down until it gets a little bit soft. And then we can start incorporating as we get the gravy, or the broth. So the carcass is in there. I'm going to turn it over, push it in. I'm going to pull some of the meat out on it. Let it cook more. You need a little bit of patience while you're boiling the carcass and making the sofrito. So enjoy your beer. Okay, so the sofrito is coming along just fine. We're going to add some Sazon completo. About a teaspoon. Yum yum. Some black pepper. About a teaspoon. Don't knock over your beer, whatever you do. All right. So that's coming along. Cover it up. All right, so let's check out the carcass. Carcass is looking nice. What we're going to do at this point is start putting in some of the neck. The gizzard, the heart, the liver, and the other part of the neck. Alright, so we're going to roll that in there. Okay, so now with Sofrito or the Mirepoix, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to put in the little bit more of my mild country Jimmy Dean sausage, and we're going to start letting it cook. And that probably would be more than I really need of the Jimmy Dean sausage, but I'm not going to throw any of that away because it's all going to taste even better. And you know how I feel about Jimmy Dean sausage. It's good. It's got plenty of pork and not a whole lot of fat compared to a lot of the generics out there. So I'm going to lower the heat a little bit and let this cook down a little bit more. Okay, so we have good broth here. So we're going to turn that off. All right. It's awesome broth. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually start pouring some of the broth into the sofrito. Remember the broth also has some thyme that I cooked with it. So that looks fantastic. So now my mother, she always liked to put raisins. I think that's a Cuban thing, you know? It's a Cuban thing, I don't know. But she loved to put raisins into her stuffing. So we are going to do that the same way because I love my mom's traditions. And we're going to make some stuffing. I chose some stovetop that my wife had here. Again, one of the things I want you to understand is that I'm all about shortcuts, and if it doesn't taste bad and it makes your work a little easier, go ahead and do it. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm just going to lower down the heat and let that get together. Okay, so I added some crackers into my stuffing to actually make it a little bit more, to soak up some of the juices, and it worked. Okay. So at this point we're going to start working on the turkey. Okay, so I got the turkey spread out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer out some honey ham. Okay, and then I'm going to put some of the stuffing on top of that. I'm not going to touch the stuffing with the turkey, with the raw turkey, because we're going to make some of that stuffing separately. All right. Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing together the turkey. Put some of the stuff in there. And that looks pretty darn good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put on some butter and some sazon completo. All right, so I put a little bit of sazon completo on there, and I'm basting with a little bit of butter. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it in the pan. A little bit of Sazon completo. That'll go on that. After I clean my hands. A little bit of butter on the wings. A little bit of butter on the thighs or the drums. Yum, yum. All right, so I'll wash my hands real quick. I appreciate you guys being very patient with me, because this is involved. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thermometer in the thick side of the thigh, the drumstick, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay, the grand finale. As you see, it looks pretty darn nice. Okay, as you saw, I have the probe in the thigh here. Actually, in the leg, it registered 180 degrees, which meant it was done. And this area, obviously, it cooks very quickly because, first of all, the stuffing was already cooked, and the meat was not that thick, and I tied it up, so it looks nice. So, meat on the outside, stuffing on the middle. Stuffed deboned turkey. So fellow cooks, it was a little bit of work. It took about 2 hours to cook, but it's fantastic. And I'll tell you, you definitely got to try it. Deboned stuffed turkey, right here on Dr. Flavor. And once again, I encourage you to come back and join us again. Share this with friends. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't. That really does help me. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Marcelino Alberni, your Dr. Flavor, signing off. Happy holidays.